Live from WPRI 12, this is The Road Show.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us in this week's Road Extra. This week, we are talking happiness, something that's kind of difficult to do during this tough time during the pandemic, but no sweat. We have happiness coach and best-selling author of the book, Get in a Good Mood and Stay There, Dannie De Novo, with us this morning. Good morning, Dannie.
Good morning, Emily.
So I guess just to start off, you are a happiness coach. How do we stay happy? Everyone wants to know.
Well, happy is not just smiling all the time and skipping around, right? I think happiness for me and the way that I see it is just having a really good sense of peace and knowing ourselves really well and knowing that we're resilient and that we're strong. Yeah. And so to stay happy, honestly, I work at my happiness every single day. There's things that I do to help me stay in that frame of mind so that when stuff kind of gets rough or I'm having a bad time, I can call on those things that I've done and bring back the happiness kind of attitude.
What inspired you to even get in that mindset to write this book?
Well, it wasn't that long ago. I was living a very miserable life. And one night I was making dinner and I was standing at the stove and I was just stirring in a pot sort of mindlessly. And my baby at the time was sitting on the floor and she had some plastic bowls and some wooden spoons she was playing with. And I just happened to glance down at her and I saw her pick up one of her bowls and her spoons and she started mimicking what I was doing on the stove. And she looked up at me with her big brown eyes, kind of like, look, mommy. And I just beamed down at her because it was the first time she ever did anything like that. It was so cool. I was like, yes, just like mommy. And then I just had this crushing wave of nausea hit me. I had to go and sit down because I realized my baby was copying me. She was doing everything just like mommy. And I was teaching her how to be a very miserable person. And so I decided to change a lot of things in my life. And I realized my purpose had to become learning how to be a happy person and a fulfilled person and live a really exciting life so I could teach those things to my daughter.
Yeah, it sounds like something that we all strive to do. And of course, if you're happy, you kind of, like you said, you can inspire others to be happy. And along those same lines, I know you kind of want to talk more about how we can teach, how can people learn from your experience in that moment and teach their children to be happy?
Well, with my daughter, like I said, I try to lead by example. I knew that she was never going to do certain things if I didn't teach her how to do that. So she sees me meditate every day. She hears me talk about gratitude. She sees me try things and she sees me fail at them and she sees me try again. So I have to put myself out there sometimes and do some really scary stuff. And yeah, I do some of it for me, but mostly I do it because I know who's watching.
Yeah. That's true. And you have kind of this acronym, right? TEACH.
I do. So this is about how to teach our kids to make them happier people all around, but also to help them navigate those rough waters, both now and in the future. And the first thing I say is to think critically. That's teaching them how to take old information that they already have and measure it up with information that's coming in. And this teaches them how to be creative and innovative, and that's what solves problems.
Right.
So the second thing would be experiences. That's how we learn and grow, right? But if you aren't paying attention, you're not learning. So we need to make sure that our children are engaged. And then after they experience something, ask them questions. What did you see? How did you feel? What did you learn? The third thing is A, it's for attitude, which we kind of already talked about. But attitude is more than just saying please and thank you and smiling. It's about how we see ourselves and how we view the world around us. And for kids, that means how they see their level of self-confidence and their ability to learn. And again, if they see that we're having a good attitude and that we're trying and that we're doing new and innovative things, they're going to follow suit. And then the fourth thing is coping skills. And this is about being resilient. What I was talking about, how we try and we fail and then we get up again and we do it. So it's really about teaching our kids it's okay to try and fail and then being there as support when they do get up and try again. And the last thing is heart, because it takes courage to try new things. It takes courage to get up again after we've fallen down. It takes courage to, have a great attitude and change our attitude. And it takes courage to think for ourselves and to have a voice.
Right. Yeah, I love that. That's a great acronym, especially now to keep in mind. I know a lot of parents are like, oh, well, our kids can't be in school, or maybe some people, their kids can't go to summer camp. But these are things that you could do right at home.
Yes, we can teach them while we're stuck at home. And since we don't know what's coming with school in the fall, we can start working on that attitude now in case we have to do some more homeschooling.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you pick up a copy of Danny's book. It's called Get in a Good Mood and Stay There. Thank you so much. Stay healthy and, of course, stay happy as well.
Yes, have a beautiful and safe summer.
For this week's Road Extra, I'm Emily Gibbs.